Hello everyone, myself Vandana Yadav and I'm working as a legal intern with Lexis & Company, and today I'll be discussing judicial separation and few questions related to it. So we all know that India marriage is not a contract, it is something very sacred and which should not be ended very easily. If as an advocate, if somebody comes to me for advice then for divorce, I will never recommend him to end his marriage. But if the person insists and it has become very difficult for him to live with another person, then I will advise him judicial separation as a remedy. Judicial separation is mentioned in section 10 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Now I'll tell you what is judicial separation. It is a period of separation which is mandated by the court before the divorce proceedings can be started. This period of judicial separation gives time to introspect and resolve the matrimonial disputes and misunderstandings between the couple. The first question related to it is judicial separation same as divorce? The answer is that judicial separation is not same as divorce. A divorce ends the marriage permanently, while a judicial separation only gives you a permission to not cohabit with each other. Now the second question is judicial separation same as legal separation? The answer is no. In legal separation, both the spouses, they agree to certain terms and conditions and they sign a deed of agreement. But in judicial separation, the matter is taken to the court. There is no as such agreement between the couple on any terms and conditions, and they go to the court and they file a petition. The third question is that what you need to do if your judicial separation case is pending and you have completed 1 year of your legal separation. Now, if a judicial case is pending and you have successfully completed 1 year of your legal separation, in order to file a case for divorce, you have to go and withdraw the case of judicial separation first and then file a fresh case for divorce. Next question is, what are the grounds for judicial separation? The first ground is the ground of cruelty for both husband and wife, if either husband or the wife are being cruel to each other. The second ground is desertion. The third ground is adultery. The fourth ground is post-conversion of religion. The fifth is that if any of the spouses has any venerable disease or any incurable disease or any sexual disorder. Another ground is that if either of the spouse is abnormal or mentally unstable. Another ground is if either of the spouse is committing an offense of rape, molestation or unnatural sex. If either of the spouse has renunciated the world. And the last ground is that if at the time of marriage, either of the spouse was not of the legal age required for marriage. Judicial separation, however, does not terminate the marital status of the parties, but they are not obliged to live together. The fifth question is that how can you file a petition for judicial separation in a court? In India, every district court has a family court, and all the family matters are filed in that court. So, to file a petition for judicial separation, first you have to mention the grounds. You have to, along with the petition, you have to mention the details of the parties. You have to mention the date of the marriage. You have to clarify any children born out of the wedlock. You have to, along with the petition, you need to attach a proof of marriage. And in case you don't have any proof of marriage, you have to file an affidavit with an application that you do not have a proof of marriage. You have to state the marital status of both the parties during the marriage and at the time of filing the petition. An affidavit which needs to be duly attested by the oath commissioner. And along with all these documents, the petition needs to be filed in a family court of the jurisdiction where either the petitioners or the respondent is residing or have last resided where the cause of action arose or based in the place of marriage. Jurisdiction can be any one of the three. And if you're hiring a lawyer, a lawyer needs to file a wakalatnama.